And away we go. Hello everyone, good morning and welcome aboard the Light. My name is Gabby and I'll be Captain and Storyteller today on our journey to Storybook. Very safely we ask you to please remain seated throughout your voyage with your hands, arms, feet, and legs into the vehicle and supervise baby children. Now, most people travel to enchanted worlds through the pages of a book. But for those that are able to travel there in person, they often find the way to be quite magical or even meditating. But don't worry, friends, if it looks like we're traveling through the jaws of Monster the Whale, we're really being transported to a magical world called Storybook. Our story today begins with a big bad wolf and he lives in that cave just where I left. He's always out to the three little pigs, but luckily they live just across the way in those three houses. One house made of straw, one made of sticks, and one made of guaranteed wolf-proof bricks. Our story now takes a strange turn, but just around the riverbed is the quaint English village, which is home to Alice. For one golden afternoon, she followed a white rabbit down the rabbit hole, and down into one of they fell. But things only became curiouser and curiouser from there. Just across the way is London Park, where Peter Pan and the darling children took their first flight over to Neverland, thanks to the help of Tinkerbell's Pixie Dust, but they would never ever have to go up. Straight ahead is our revolved the city of mystery and enchantment, where a sweetheart named Aladdin bumped into Princess Jasmine in the marketplace and stole her heart. Now, although the two were from two different worlds with the power of love, and the hope of a few, they were married, and now they live in the sultry palace. These magical places is where love shines, just like the twinkling lights and archways just above us. The very same boats that Princess Jasmine and Aladdin first soared up over under, and a magic carpet ride into a whole new world. Up ahead is a cave of wonders. This treasure bears a curse that can only be lifted by the genie on the lamp. Legend has it that whoever sets the genie free will be granted 3 wishes. Let's make a wish inside and see if it comes true. Snow White wished to be free from the evil queen, and when she came upon that cozy cottage to the right, the 7 dwarfs gave her shelter in return for her kindness. If you listen carefully, you might even hear them whistle while they work. And just across the way, Cinderella wished to go to the ball, but her wicked mother forbade her, leaving her in her blue chateau on the left. Luckily, she had her fairy godmother who granted her wish, until she didn't return home by midnight and her carriage turned back into a pumpkin. Now, although magic does have its limits, love does not, and now Cinderella lives happily ever after. Dreams can come true, like wishes they inspire our stories here. Some are dreams of happily ever after, while others are dreams of drifting off to sleep on the hill of clover flowers. Just like the one on your left, which is inspired by the 1933 Silly Symphony cartoon called The Disneyland. On our left, we have Rapunzel's tower, where she first wondered when will my life begin. With Flynn Rider by her side, and of course her trusty spine time, she was able to have her best day ever and fulfill her dream of seeing the floating lights. If you look carefully, you might even see some of Flynn Rider's wanted posters, but they just can't seem to get his nose right. On our left is a stately manner of Mr. Toad, but unfortunately friends, he's not in today, but you may find him on a motor car in Fantasyland. And just up the road is the kingdom of Arendelle, where Elsa flees to her ice castle up in the mountain, and Anna just won't let it go. And up ahead is Alpine Village, where the woodcarver Geppetto wished upon a star for his puppet to become a real boy. And after Pinocchio saves him from the belly of Monster the Whale, the blue fairy grants her wish. Our left on the outskirts of Arendelle is Oaken's trading post, where he'll tell you about his big summer blowout.
Did you hear him?
Did I reservations like those made in many fairy tales? One might even let a little mermaid named Ariel to follow Prince Eric to his castle on the right. One that inspired her to give up her life into the sea, to fulfill her dream of becoming part of our world. The story began just across that waterfall in the underwater sea of Mexico, and spilled out into adventures and that ultimately ends in a happily ever after. As our story comes to an end and as we approach the dock, use the rain seated, and along the dock, watch your hands on your fingers. Once you come to a complete stop, we're all going to stand up together in the center of the boat for balance, so that no one has to go under the sea.